What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm not quite sure how to introduce this, but if you're a long time viewer of the channel, you know I used to have a van. I put out a video, I think it was about a year ago now, explaining what I was going to do to it and all the videos that were coming. Basically, I lost motivation for the videos. I got the jobs done, but I never made the videos. What I was doing in the meantime though is making clips as I went along. So all the jobs I was doing, I made little snippets because I knew one day later down the line, people were going to start asking about it and they wanted to see a part 2. That brings us up to date now. That video is still getting views and people are still asking for an update. The van is long gone, but I've done all the videos slash clips, and I've got a little bit of content out there, so I thought I'd make this video. So a quick recap of the van. I got given it for free. It needed a timing belt doing, and at the time I don't think there was anything else major that really needed doing on it. I needed to give it a good proper thorough detail because it was a builder's van. I also had to change the discs and pads because they were wrecked when I took off the wheels, and I think I've done an oil and filter to it as well. I've got a picture that I'll add in, which was the first day I got the van, and it was an absolute mess. As I say, it was a builder's van, so didn't have any sort of routine washes, never had a valet, and the inside was literally crusty. So you see how much of a bad condition the van was in, but the first thing I wanted to do was to get it mechanically sound. It was overdue, the cam belt, by I think it was quite a few years, so I thought I'd tackle that first. With the cam belt, I bought the belt and the kit, come with like the tensioner, 2 idlers I think, and the water pump, and I also bought some pins as well because you need to lock in the fuel pump and also the cam at the top. I've got a couple of clips from that, so I'm just going to whack them in now. You'll get the gist of it. Really easy timing belt to do. If anyone ever gets offered one, then I'd say just go for it because yeah, they're really not that hard at all. So at the moment we've taken off the engine mount, and that's allowed us to get all the casing off for the timing belt. There isn't actually a lot you have to do to get to this point. I think I've undone a couple of these, taken off the bottom crank pulley, taken off the aux belt, and that's about it really. As you can see here, I've made 2 drawings, one for the aux belt, one for the timing belt. So it's just useful to mark stuff like this down as you go along, so when you're putting it back together, you know how it all goes. But I was saying a minute ago that this isn't actually too much of a bad timing belt to do, because most of the ancillaries are over this side, so you don't have to take a lot off to get to the timing belt. What I've done to lock the engine is I've got a timing tool in the top here, and I've also Tippexed here just in case it did move, but it wouldn't unless this snaps. Then also down the bottom I've got a drill bit in there because I couldn't find a locking tool the right size, but that's in there for the diesel pump. And then also underneath I've got a screwdriver in where the flywheel is to lock the crank up. Just got the water pump off. It's not in bad condition, but it's getting changed anyway, so that goes up there. Also got the new pulley on, which is on the right hand side, that one there, and then that hole there is for the tensioner. Here's the new water pump, pretty much identical to the other one, and the new gasket as well, which we're just going to put on dry, not going to put it on with any sealant. Yeah, as you can see, the van started up all right. It sounds just like a normal diesel, do you know what I mean? They never sort of run smooth, but because I think this had done about 170k, so what do you expect, you know what I mean? But yeah, I had to let the cooling system bleed because we changed the water pump, but once that was done, it ran sweet as a nut. Whilst doing the timer belt, we had the wheels off and noticed that the pads were absolutely knackered, and the discs needed changing if we were going to do the pads. So I think I got them from Euros in the end, got some distant pads, weren't that much at all. And I changed them out. I'll add another photo in of how bad they were. But yeah, managed to get them done in the end. In this same sort of time frame, I've done the oil and filter as well, but I've got no video of that. But it's just really easy, drop the oil out, change the filter and fill it back up with new stuff. There was another fault of the rear door not opening, but all that had happened is the rod in the rear mechanism had been switched, so you can't open it from the outside, you can only open it from the inside. All I've done was switch that back and yeah, that was working. Once I got the van all mechanically sound and that, I took it out of the garden where I was working on it, and then got a bit carried away really. I just planned to tidy it up, but where it hadn't had routine washes and that, the dirt was so ingrained, it needed a clay bar, and if I'm going to clay bar it, I'm going to machine polish the car as well, and So in that sense, I did start getting carried away. I clay barred it and put my machine on it. It was a quick job, do you know what I mean? It's just a builder's van. But I just wanted to smarten it up, and it's another thing I can look back on and think, like, that looks decent. So I was really happy with the paintwork. I then smartened up the wheels as well, ended up spraying them. I went a bit mad really, but I think I was just killing time. So yeah, that was all done, and then just sort of valeted it inside and out. There's a couple of ingrained marks on the interior. You'll see in the next video that there's one on the headrest. Really couldn't get it out, but it is what it is. But the last video I've got is like a walk around of the van once it was all done. I'm not going to lie, for a van that had done 170k, I thought it was a really reasonable and good looking van. Right, that pretty much concludes this video. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I thought I'd just whack this out there because I get quite a few people asking like where the van is. It did go a long time ago, but obviously these videos are from the past. In the end, I did make a good amount of pocket money out of it, but I'm not going to go into detail about that. Overall, it was a really good project. Good to sort of gain more skills and knowledge. I'm still I've been in the trade like, what, 5 years now, but I'm still like experiencing stuff and getting knowledge through every different vehicle I work on. So in that sense, it was really good for me. Yeah, so the berlingo van was a win, and yeah, I feel like the before and after is something to be proud of. That's the end of this video now, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. Give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Obviously you won't be seeing this van again, but you'll see the Mark II. The Mark II content will be resuming next week. But for the time being, with this whole virus situation going on, getting parts is an absolute nightmare. That's what I'm struggling with at the moment. But yeah, regular videos will resume next Thursday. But thank you all for watching. Remember to stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.